Oh, well. What's up, guys? It is Nick here with some raw day trading. And today, almost not even worth commenting on my own trading because the market reaction was just so crazy to everything. Actually, in my opinion, not crazy enough. It doesn't feel like the selling is exhausted. It feels like it's a very consistent trend downwards, and there's been no, as the traders say, capitulation. Um, Market's down about 5%. I don't know, 4 or 5%, three high threes if you're just depending on what you're looking at. SPY's down. Let me see here. SPY's down 5%. Qs are down, what, 6% then? Qs are down 5.35. So, gold's down a little bit. Not too much, though. Actually, gold's slightly up. Interesting. Interessante. I want gold to fall apart so I can buy it. I want gold. Yeah, it's been a wild day. Actually, a lot of day of like expectation. I was thinking, I don't even remember all my trades today. I've been sitting at the desk a while. My brain is kind of fried. Let's go into it. Look at the markets. Yep. Okay, so it ends at 536. I was watching it. I had some alerts set under this kind of pre-market test level at 542. And really, I just didn't want to be holding a small cap stock. One of the very volatile stocks that I like to trade. I trade decently. I didn't want to be holding one of those into just a fall apart situation. And I decided, I kept my wrist tight, especially early in the day. The level hits, but it doesn't fall apart. And then it kind of just like grinds lower here throughout the day, kind of makes like it's going to do maybe this like double bottom type thing, but then kind of grinds lower, closes lower. It takes a lot of selling pressure on the market to make these markets go down 5%. That's a lot of selling pressure. That's like, from what I understand, institutional level selling pressure. And, c'est la vie. This is why I trade. I've positioned myself to be, mainly in cash and then money market funds, at least currently. Because I just felt like I needed a higher level of control given the macroeconomic situation. And granted, the last 5 years, I would have done better just working in a restaurant, keeping everything in the S&P. But, and then just stacking the same amount of savings maybe and like keeping the same quality of life. But that's not what happened, and we're looking at the moment currently right now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this is going to look like going forward. I'm not an economist. This is not investment advice. This is merely just how I like kind of see the world and like look at it and express it through my trades. I like to keep it into very controllable things like short-term volatility movements that I can kind of control. It's the biggest wipeout since 2020. Let's bring it in. And this is kind of the environment that's designed for. And I just look to get better and better, and it's kind of like a sense of security in a way because it's not really dependent on sort of like an outside source for a job. So if like market goes down or up, I can still make money. Although I will say volatility has been funny this year, and I have not been making as much money as I normally do. That's not true for all traders. There are some traders doing really well. But I will do better. I will work on doing better. And yeah, it is going to be an interesting at least 4 years. I don't know. It's been an interesting last 5 years too. It's going to be an interesting decade. And I think we're like halfway through it. Um, you know, no comment. Trade wise, I'm down today, but basically flat, break even. I'm down $55. So for whatever that is worth, that is not that big of a dealio. 55.29. Okay. Yeah. Okay. At one point I was down like 250. One point I was up like 100, but I kept kind of spinning my wheels as I took some pretty bad. What did I take? There was a couple trades that I didn't like. I took. Let's review. What is this? ATPC. What were these trades? Okay, I take it back. We're gonna go through video. ATPC. Which trades are not working? Oh. Oh, it's getting warm again. My shirt's off. ATPC. Oh, okay. Out the open, we got this. And okay, so this was an interesting one. This name didn't catch much attention until just before the open. It was only up 44%. Dips down here. I think I took it for a breakout, like a mid-range kind of break thing. Let's see where I took it. 86. Okay, that's fine. It's not the best place to take it. I don't take this. I don't take this. I'm looking at it. That was an interesting spot. I think I was waiting for the 5 to close. It could have halted down there, but probably not likely with the amount of down candles it had. It was kind of geared up for a reversal. And then the other trade I took on it was... Where is that? Come on. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, and then the other one, I remember now, the other trade I took. So I think this breakout, I might take it. Yep. I get roasted on a breakout. Stupidly. Do I hold too long? Into the close of the 10-minute. Yep. Got roasted on breakouts. And I remember the other trade I got roasted on was a breakout as well. Definitely not a strong market. Yeah, 97 to 91 on 2,500 shares. That'll add a couple $100 or 150-ish to the loss. Okay, so down 250. I make a little bit back somewhere else. There was APVO. I did a little bit. I do a little bit more on that later, but it's not really meaningful. There's this other one that actually ends up going, but I take a nice loss on it, and I kind of just sour on the action. In IVF, I do decently on. Where is this? TQQQ, I do a silly little short. ICCT, This one was wild, and it just kept pushing up and just kept pushing up. You'll find, or I find, that in these kind of uncertain markets, very kind of names that everyone hates and no one thinks are going to go are the ones that go. Not a super scientific metric of it, but just in terms of like sentiment. Like this was the second day. This was supposed to be an easy win for shorts. They were supposed to be able to like just short this into oblivion, and it looks like it just kept grinding up and kept catching shorts off guard. There was a big bid that comes in here somewhere, and it just starts getting flippy and wild. And at that point, I'm down 150 on it. So I'm just like, I don't want to hang around for this. Even though it keeps going up. So I kind of chickened out on that again. That is something that I'm going to have to work going forward on. But given today, I expected everything to fall apart. Kind of okay. Then we have OSRH here, which was the one that I really messed up on. I'm down a little bit here, and then I come in, I make a little bit back. I miss this kind of push up, and then I'm taking this breakout, which is kind of stupid given the 5-minute setup here where you have this big red candle and the move that it made off the lows. You're kind of like, I get the high fill right there, get reversed on it, and I think I hold it a little, just slightly too long. And I don't even think it's that. Okay, so I wait for the explosion, thinking that it's going to continue, and I hold, and I hold. Well, come on, how do you roast me for 10 cents? Okay, so I get out at meaningfully less than like the initial loss I thought it was, but it still goes down, and that was where I take the biggest L's today. This was arguably a pretty stupid place to trade, easily a stupid place, just because it's such a long stretch coming from the lows, and then how much, like, it's really got to halt up from this point to have any staying power. And really then it would probably get shorted, or there'd be sellers above 2.8. This OSRH does end up going much farther, much longer, and holding up as a player, but by that time I'm kind of just soured on it, and I'm like sitting on the sidelines like, I don't want to mess with these dumb names. I'm watching the overall market, and now that's becoming a distraction. And that's just how today went. It was very, very eerie and interesting. There was not enough volume, not enough selling volume on the overall market. I was expecting a real fall apart. We might get that tomorrow. And I am going to be defensive. Like, it's just all there is to it. Like, I'll take my $55 loss and, go to Erewhon and like eat a cookie. That's basically what I did today. I went and played video games while the market was like swishing around. At a couple points I was up and I was green. A couple points I was red, and I just play with smaller size, play defensively, and I can survive this market just fine. I remember COVID. I had half a mind to short, although it's not something I normally do. Although in the future, maybe it is something I normally do. So we'll see. Actually, I have nothing else to say. That's it. I'm done. This is not investment advice. Dangerous times for trading. So be careful. A lot of stuff can happen. You can lose a lot of money. Mind your risk. I'm not an investment advisor. There's risk to being in cash. There's risk to being in the market. There's risk to being in gold. There's risk to everything. Do the best you can and do your own research. So, peace out, guys. I will talk to you tomorrow afternoon. Goodbye. Oh, still recording.